up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sports and Superheroes. This is episode 51. Yes, we're almost to 100.
What?
I shouldn't have tried to do the math. 49 to go, and we'll hit that 100 in triple digits. I know, it was throwing me off. It's late at night. We record these late at night sometimes. But yes, this is the Sports and Superhero podcast. If you don't know, if this is your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back. We're the podcast that talks about sports and superhero entertainment news from the past week, and we give our opinions on things. So I am one of your hosts, Sammy. I do the superhero part, and my co-host Marcus. Say what's up, Marcus.
Hey, what's up, people? I got your sports side
Say
of
hello
the
to the people, Marcus.
podcast. Yeah. What's up, people? How y'all doing? It's been a minute. We've been busy. Sammy, you've been busy.
I was tired. I was working. I was working.
He was making sure the streets were safe.
Some of y'all know we live in Wisconsin, so it snowed, and I work for the city, so I plow snow. So I was passed out tired. So we didn't record last week. That was on me. I had to sleep. Sorry.
No, you was fine. I was tired too. I showed you when you said I'm tired. I sent you what a bitch I was doing. I was already in bed watching Chicago Fire. I was like, hey, man. As soon as you said, I was like, say less. I'm right in bed. Was sleep by like 8:30.
That might happen with the continue of winter. Sometimes I might have to work and just be too tired to record. But if it does happen, I'll try to post something for that week for you guys. Either a quick review or something I'm watching or something like that. But let's get into the podcast. I just want to say I forgot all the other stuff. So if you haven't, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, check out all our social medias, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, X, Twitter, all those good stuff. Go follow us on those platforms, show your support, and send it out to all your friends and all the good stuff. Secondly, congrats to the movie Sinners. They got 16 Oscar nominations, the most in history. So they're going to be in the history books from now on, either way it go. Either as number one or some other movie gets above them, they'll be in there as number two. So they're in the books. So congrats to them. I'm going to say it right now. I think they're only going to win. I said 5 before. I think I'm going to go to 4. I think they're going to win 4 Oscars for their movie. Unfortunately, 2 of them are going to be in categories where it's predominantly a white person in that category. Like it's going to be like music or soundtrack or something like that, and casting. I think they're going to win for, which sucks a little bit, but still a win's a win sometimes, so that's still appreciated.
But congrats we need
to them.
They need at least 8 of them. They need at least 8. 16?
I don't know if they're going to get hit. 8. I hear one battle after another is supposed to be a really good movie. I haven't watched it yet. It's supposed to be really good. I don't think they're gonna beat them. So it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. But we'll see.
Still, like you said, regardless.
That said, guys, let's go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, regardless, like you said, shout out to the Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan and the rest of the cast. It was a good movie. Good movie.
Definitely. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the first spurts. I can't talk. First spurts. Marcus, tell them about sports.
So first, I want to start off the sports side by saying, shout out to the Chicago legend, one of my favorite basketball players of all time. Shout out to Derrick Rose. Got his jersey retirement this past Saturday. I wanted to so badly be there, but nosebleeds was like $300, and also I had to work this past weekend, so yeah, I didn't get there, but I was able to watch it on TV. And I just want to say shout out to Derrick Rose. See, with Derrick Rose jersey retirement is bigger than basketball. Kid that grew up on the south side of Chicago that went on to play for the home team. Uh, Never got to the finals, but had some playoff success. First playoff success they had after Jordan retired. Youngest MVP. He's always going to be one of my favorite players ever. And I've said this many times. If he would have won one championship in Chicago, just one, he would be my goal. Because, like I say, it was bigger than basketball. Because being from the south side of Chicago, homegrown kid, and then he would have won
Yeah.
one in Chicago. And that's just me and my personal opinion. I don't care what you guys say in the comments. I don't care. I could curse, but I'm not because we had 7 minutes, but I won't. Okay. Um, Moving on. So let's talk about Giannis. And some things that came out today. This is Giannis is ready for a new home ahead of the February 5th deadline, as several teams have made aggressive offers to the Milwaukee Bucks, and Milwaukee is starting to listen to those offers. Uh,
Mhm.
Sources said Giannis has informed the Bucks for months that he believes the moment has come to part ways after 12 plus years together,
Mm.
making a trade increasingly possible. Um, when asked January 19th whether he is confident that he will stay with the Bucks for the rest of the season, Giannis said, "I don't know. I don't know. I take it day by day." Um, Milwaukee has indicated to interest teams that the organization is not in a rush to complete a move and is willing to navigate Giannis's future in the offseason if it's believed the price point of a blue chip young talent and or a surplus of draft picks isn't met. Because the Bucks don't have many draft picks. So if they do trade Giannis, they definitely go looking for talent and some draft picks.
Exactly.
Because that's no way to rebuild. Uh, goes on to say by waiting until the summer, the Bucks could see which teams are able to offer more appealing draft picks in June. Now, right now, some of the teams that's like really aggressively talking to Milwaukee right now is the Miami Heat,
Hmm.
Minnesota Timberwolves, New York Knicks, and the Golden State Warriors. Um, Brian Windhorst, he's a writer for ESPN. He
Okay.
said the Golden State Warriors are a team that immediately rises to the top of the list. As far as the teams that can make a straight up trade with the Bucks, the Warriors hold all their futures draft assets. They can trade all of them. They have an immediate need for a star player. Uh, this is where this is where the discussion begins with Golden State. Everybody else will have to try and be a strong Golden State offer. So Jimmy Butler tore his right ACL last week,
Hmm.
so he's done for a season. So that's why I read Brian Windhorst was saying Golden State is in a need of a star right now to try to make a push. Because also, Steph has been playing for quite a bit. You know, his time is gonna come to an end soon where he's
Yeah.
gotta retire him. So
Yeah.
me
I gotta
myself
look towards the
personally,
future.
out of those teams I said, Miami Heat, Minnesota Timberwolves, Knicks, and Golden State, I would like to see Giannis in Minnesota with Anthony Edwards. Me myself personally, because I'm a big Anthony Edwards fan, and
Hmm.
I don't like I don't like the way Julius Randle's play basketball. So I say put Julius Randle in that trade, get him out of that. Because I feel like if they do trade, which Milwaukee's not in a rush, because I think Giannis is under contract for another 2 seasons. So it's going to have to be like a multi-team trade. It's going to have to probably be a three-team trade for Giannis as a start. You're not
Exactly.
going to get all value from him from just one team.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a story to look to pay attention as the trade deadline comes up on the 5th of February, which is next week. Is that next Thursday, right?
5th of February. Yeah, that's next Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's that? February 6th. What's happening? Oh, yes, that is next Thursday. I was gonna say something that's happening February 6th. I know what happened. Completely off topic, but J. Cole's new album, The Fall Off, comes out
Yeah, I
next
heard
Friday.
he has an album coming out. I ain't heard none of his new stuff. I heard some of
Oh,
his songs is killing.
well, today is his birthday. I'm going all the way for sports now. Well, I'll come back to it. But today is his birthday,
Mhm.
and he dropped a surprise mixtape today called Birthday Blizzard.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, it's not on streaming platforms. It's on his own website, and you have to pay for it. But it's pay. What does it say? Pay what you want. So you gotta at least pay $1. At the very least, you
Oh,
have to pay $1. But it's up
okay.
to you how much you decide you want to pay for the album. It's like 5 songs, and
Is it good?
he's throwing some shots. He's throwing shots.
I
He's
heard
throwing
he was
shots.
throwing some shots, which is
Hey,
weird because you were put in a battle and you was like, "Nah, I don't want to be a part of this. I apologize
yeah,
for my part." And now
I,
you throwing shots at people again? Like, come on, what are
I,
we doing here?
yeah. I say I'm finna be on my 7th shit. I'm finna bring it back to J. Cole, back to sports. He throwing shots like Steph Curry throwing the 3 pointers. Well, he throwing shots. I mean, it's a lot of chatter on who he taking these shots at, but
Uh huh.
I feel it was actually a little surprised. I feel like he's most definitely for sure for certain taking shots at Drake, Joey Badass. Then it's like it might be like we don't know. Is he taking shots at Fat Joe or Cam or Joe Budden? Like
Oh,
but
'cause I know. I heard him. Joe Budden was listening to a song he had put out before this birthday song. He put out a song. He had a single out, and
oh
Joe
yes,
Budden was listening to it, and they was like, "I think he's throwing shots at you, Joe." He was like, "I don't think he's throwing shots at me." But I could be wrong. He was like, "But it's still fire."
yeah,
He's like, "I'm a
yeah,
music purist. I know music. I love music. Even if it shots at me, I still love the music. So it is what it is." I was like, "Okay."
yeah, yeah. Nah, he's taking some shots. But anyway, speaking one more thing, and I'm gonna get off the subject. So speaking of shots, John Morant, because we spoke about this several times on the pod with him getting in trouble with the
Yeah,
guns and
shooting
fake
guns.
guns.
Yeah.
Uh, he is he's probably gonna get traded from Memphis by next week also.
Oh, really?
Because yeah, it's not working. Um, I think he's out until after the trade deadline. I
Mm.
saw some last week. Um, and it was like the thing is like where would be a good fit for Ja? Because it's always like he needs to go somewhere where he can just focus on basketball.
Hmm.
Because Ja kind of reminds me of one of those kids that grew up in the suburbs, right? Well
Yeah.
off,
Got around
but
some hood dudes and lost his mind.
right, you're right. You want to go hang out with them and like, hey, I'm missing that. Like, boy, you grew up in the gated community. Stop playing.
Exactly. This is
Stop it.
not for you, my boy. Calm
I'm
down.
like, like the goal is to elevate and move back from it. Why are you gonna run to it, my guy? I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't get it. But I'm older too, so I got a different mindset. But oh, and one more thing. Shout out because I haven't been talking about basketball much this so far. I want to say shout out to the Detroit Pistons. They are balling. They are having they're having a good season. They are currently top in the East at
Mm,
34-11.
okay.
So I just want to shout out the Pistons because they doing their thing.
Okay. Okay.
Shout out to the 313.
Nice. Well, speaking of shots, we got our first kind of HD look at Lobo, the Merc in space. So, as you know, Supergirl is coming out this year, actually in June. I think it's June 27th, but I could be wrong on that date. And Lobo's supposed to be in the movie. We got our first trailer last year. I can say that because it was only a month ago. Last year, we got our first trailer of Supergirl, and there was a small glimpse of Lobo in that trailer. Well, they had another TV spot, and there's a little more of Lobo. Not a lot, just a little. But they also released some posters he's on, and some packages, and some internet websites he's on for selling some merch, and you get a little better look at him. In my opinion, he's very comics accurate. 100% comics accurate. Looks like Lobo from the comic books. Perfect. Um, but ultimately, it still looks like Jason Momoa with Lobo makeup on. Like you don't get lost in it. You still see Jason Momoa, which is a good and a bad thing. They went very comics accurate, but you think they would do something to make it pop a little more. Um, there was a Superman show called Krypton or something like that when they really didn't even have Superman in it, but Lobo was in that show, and the guy that played Lobo, the costume he had on felt a lot more Lobo than this Jason Momoa one. And being that this is supposed to be a movie and that was a TV show, y'all missing the mark. Um, I think they could have did a little bit of experimentation with the costume to give it its own unique look for the movie. Um, but they didn't really do it. And it just feels like Jason Momoa with face paint on, unfortunately. And this is supposed to be a character where he's an alien, and that's how those aliens look. They don't look like someone just put makeup on. Their skin is that's their white skin, and they have that black eye lining. That's what they're supposed to look like, and it doesn't come off as an alien. It comes off as a guy in makeup. If that makes any sense to you guys. So unfortunately, I don't know if that's gonna work well for the movie or not. And apparently, he might not be in the movie that much because the story they're adapting is a Supergirl story, and he's not even in the original story. They added him in the movie to give, I think, a male protagonist in the movie because it's the story is kind of centralized around women, and they wanted men to be in the movie or something like that, and not necessarily be the bad guy, be a man. So that would have been sexist, I guess. So they're trying to get around that somehow. All that to say is we still gotta wait till we see it. Unfortunately, with the first trailer, it felt very much Guardians of the Galaxy, and being that James Gunn is the head of DC right now, that's really kind of expected from people seeing that anything he does in space is gonna have a Guardians of the Galaxy feel, but they gotta set themselves apart more from that. Um, and the funny thing is, he doesn't direct this. He doesn't write this. This is totally some other people directing and writing this movie, but we already know this is his universe to an extent because his first movie was Superman, and he directed and wrote that. And the fourth movie out of the DC will be his Superman sequel. But they will have Supergirl and Clayface in the middle of those. So you'll get a look at other directors and other writers within this universe. But they really, really need to show a different look than just James Gunn. But they're still in the infancy of their new universe or their rebooted universe or their kind of redcon universe because they really didn't reboot it. They redcon some things. They kept certain characters and kicked away others. Um, it's gonna be interesting. I want it to do good because if DC does good, it makes Marvel get better. And when Marvel is doing good, it makes DC have to get better so they can compete. I don't want to just be one dominant superhero organization just beating everybody. I want them to compete, and it makes people get more creative, more thought provoked in their writing, and gives us a better product in the end. At least I think that's how that works. But also, people are starting to get upset with James Gunn on two fronts. On the front of who he has hired to write the Brave and the Bold Batman story movie that's supposed to be coming out. He hired, I think her name was Christina Hudson. So Christina Hudson has wrote Birds of Prey. She wrote the Birds of Prey movie. I can't say that whole movie was her fault, but she was a part of that movie. That's a crappy movie. You pretty much don't want anybody close that dealt with that movie close to your new movies, especially if you're trying to reboot your universe or trying to give it a big start. And you have the director of Brave and the Bold is Andy Muschietti, who also did the Flash movie, which Christina also wrote on as well, and that was a hot garbage pail terrible thing. I don't think you ever saw the Flash, did you, Marcus?
No.
You don't have to see it. Don't worry. Trust me, it's shit.
I've
There's only
heard that.
there's clips that you should watch of new Batman and old Batman in that movie, and that's it. Everything else, there's the moment with Flash and his mom at the end. That's kind of nice and tender, but everything else is garbage. It's just terrible. It's so bad. But yeah, he's brought her to write on the Brave and the Bold. It doesn't really fare well for that movie now. I have my I'm trying to be still positive, but I have real low expectations for that movie now. And they're still in the process of writing it, so most likely something could get canceled down the road, or fans could speak loud enough to hear James Gunn hear them and say, "Okay, maybe we'll go in a different direction." On top of that, I'm hearing a lot of people saying, "Just merge the two universe, merge the Superman and the Batman," because we still have Robert Pattinson's Batman and now Corn Sweat's Superman. They're not in the same universe. But if this Batman Brave and the Bold doesn't do good, I can see them combining the universes and make it just one universe. Side note, they are shooting on the Batman 2 right now. So hopefully we'll start getting some set photos and stuff like that. That's going to be cool to see. I thought the Batman movie was okay. I don't think it is great as other people think it is. I thought it was just okay. I am still interested in see what the Batman sequel will be. Unfortunately, I wanted to have Mr. Freeze in it, but we're going with Two-Face. So we'll see how that works. But yeah, I'm trying to be optimistic about what DC has coming. Only thing I'm really excited for is Lanterns. I think that's going to be very much different, very much interesting, and the kind of DC stuff we've been used to, where it's been more thought-provoking entertainment kind of stuff and not just superhero fancy stuff. So I'm really interested in that. Just like Peacemaker was for a little bit. Yes, it was bloody at times, but it had heartwarming moments, and a layer of mystery in there that really worked, at least for the first season. The second season, not so much. That first season, though, good. And the Penguin was good for what it was. So I'm looking more forward to those kinds of DC projects, hopefully soon, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, do we talked about who Lobo is? You know who Lobo is, right? He pretty
You
much like Deadpool.
yeah, you explained it to me because the
Okay.
first time you did it, I didn't know who this character was, and you explained it to me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. So, guys, let us know in the comments. Have you seen Jason Momoa's Lobo? Do you agree that it just feels like Jason Momoa in makeup, or do you think it really works? I'm not saying it's not comics accurate. It's 100% comics accurate. It just feels like it's missing something. And let us know what you think about them having Christina writing the Brave and the Bold movie. And Andy Muschietti did do the It series, and people apparently love that. So that's giving him a little more credit back into getting into comics. So people might be back on board to him directing. I'm not a horror fan, so I didn't watch the It series. Yeah, I'm a scaredy cat. I got a good imagination. So when I go to sleep, I have nightmares. I need my sleep. I can't be doing that. So I will be watching it. Unless it's a superhero horror thing, then maybe I'll watch that. But it's not for me. Not for me. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you guys think about that story.
All right. So let's get to some NFL news. So Buffalo Bills fired their head coach Sean McDermott after 9 seasons. Sean was hired in 2017 and led the Bills to 5 AFC East Division titles and 8 playoff appearances in 9 seasons. He had a record of 98-50 in the regular season and 8-8 in the playoffs. Like they, this was. I know the last episode we did, I said if any time's gonna be the year for Buffalo to get back to the Super Bowl, it was supposed to be this year. But
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, that didn't happen. They lost to Denver. There was a controversial play in that game. What was the score? Yes, they lost 33-30 to Denver in overtime. Yeah, that was a controversial play, whether it was a catch or not. Josh Allen threw the ball to a receiver. He caught it, and then a defender and the receiver wrestled for the ball. The receiver knee hit the ground first, so technically, if I remember correctly, his knee hit the ground first. So technically, that means he's down by contact. And then, but he caught the ball, he rolled over, and then when they popped it out, the defender had the ball. So quite naturally,
Let's
a
talk
lot
about
of a lot of Buffalo Bills fans are upset about that. They're afraid you're happy because it was a big part of the game. Because if they
it
rule it
was.
a catch, they rule it a catch. They're
Most
in
likely
field goal
Buffalo win.
range.
Yeah.
They probably win a game. I mean, special
Yeah.
teams has been very shaky this season in the NFL. They
True.
probably
True.
they probably win the game if they call that a catch. What was your synopsis of the play, Sammy?
So by what has been said, it's what's the dude from the Detroit Lions? It's his rule. It's a rule
Oh,
they made.
Megatron,
Megatron, whatever his
I,
actual name is, Calvin
Calvin
Johnson.
Johnson, Calvin
The
Johnson.
Calvin Johnson rule is when you trying to make a catch and you're going to the ground, you have to complete the catch all the way to the ground.
Yes,
You
yes,
have to complete. So that means at the end of that, you have to have the ball at the end of that play. That's what and the funny thing is there was an interception like this in the regular season, and everybody was like, yeah, that's an interception. And now they're like, no, it's not an interception. But what the rule says, if you make a catch and you are going to the ground in the process of making that catch, you have to survive the ground. So in that play that wide receiver went to go catch that ball, Cooks, and he went to the ground in the process of catching that ball. So it didn't matter if his knee hit the ground at that point. He had to survive the ground. And in the process of surviving that ground, he didn't come up with that ball. And in
So
my eyes, if that's the way the rule is written, that would be an interception.
with my thing, so going back to Calvin Johnson, I know exactly what play it happened. The
Yep.
Detroit Lions were playing the Chicago Bears in Chicago. Calvin caught the ball. I thought it was a touchdown.
It
I
was
never
a
get this
crazy
play. I
catch.
don't know why he caught it. As soon as he came down, he like kind of just dropped, let go of the ball on the ground, and he popped up. And they were like, "No touchdown." I was like, "That's a touchdown."
Yeah.
So that's where that came into play. The thing is, if you're a Buffalo Bills fan and everybody else, the problem is consistency. Because also in the Bears Rams game, Devontae Adams had something similar, and they ruled it a catch. So what I'm saying, you got to be consistent. Like if you're gonna call it that, fine, but be consistent. There's too many inconsistencies with this call.
And I think that Bears
and
game, I think it was consistent. I think because he didn't catch that ball going to the ground. He caught that ball standing up on 2 feet and then put his knee down. So then he was down by contact because he didn't catch it and went to the ground. He already had caught the ball and was standing up.
Right, Cooks caught the ball and he went down to the ground. And his knee hit the ground.
Yeah.
Like by definition, he's down by contact.
Cook caught the ball by diving. If you
he caught it like this. He caught it like this. He jumped up, caught it, and he went down on his knee.
It going down though. He didn't catch it to where he would be able to catch it and make a football move. That's the whole thing. If you catch it and can make a football move, they say, then you're not going to the ground. Then you don't have to survive the ground.
But it's inconsistent because there's been plays where wide receiver. That was another game. Wide receiver, maybe it was Bears, Packers, or a different game. I don't remember. Wide receiver caught the ball. He turned around, took a step, and he fumbled the ball. He dropped the ball. And instead of ruining the fumble, they called it incomplete pass. Like, he caught it and took a step. Like, as I understand, we're all human.
If he made
and we will make errors, but it is inconsistent. And the playoffs and that play, you can't. That's why you have replay. I'm not by far. I really don't care. I didn't have a stake in the Bills Broncos game. I thought he was down because by rule, his knee was down. By rule, you're down by contact. So that's just my take on it. So either way,
let us know in the comments. Do y'all believe it was a catch? Do y'all believe it was an interception? Let us know in the comments down below.
Either way, go. Bills got eliminated playoffs.
Yeah,
Sean got fired. So
wow, he was a good He was a good coach. Like,
well, they were saying the owner was saying they hit a proverbial playoff wall where they just couldn't get over the hump in the playoffs. They keep getting stuck. So I think if the Bills would have made it to the Super Bowl, I don't think he gets fired. That's just my opinion. No, I don't think he gets fired. Even if they get to the Super Bowl and lost, I don't think he gets fired.
No,
that's just. So the Atlanta Falcons hired Kevin Stefanski, the coach from the Browns. Yes.
That's so bad.
It's some wild stuff going on in the NFL right now. I'll get to that at the end. So yes, let me get through this first. John Harbaugh is hired as the new coach for the New York Giants.
Okay.
Matt LaFleur is going to stay the head coach of the Cheeseheads. He signed a new deal.
Okay.
The Miami Dolphins is going to hire Green Bay defensive coordinator as their head coach. Mike McCarthy is going to be the new head coach for Pittsburgh.
That don't make no sense.
Yeah, Pittsburgh fans not really happy about that
They don't
hire.
seem very happy about it. They was
Yeah,
very sad.
yes. Um. Oh, I forgot to mention this earlier. Speaking of the Buffalo Bills Denver game, uh, Bo Nix didn't play that game because he fractured a bone in his ankle,
Yeah.
so he didn't play in that game last weekend. They back up Cinnamon. I would say his
Yeah,
name.
sediment
He
or something
played.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he
He
played.
looked good at the beginning of the game. I watched that game. He looked good at the
Did he?
beginning, and then he started holding the ball too long, and then he started trying to make unnecessary plays. And they should have kicked the field goal when they had the chance instead of going for it on 4-1. They should have kicked the field goal and with up
Yeah,
10.
it's Cinnamon.
It's
Yeah, he
sediment
was.
or something like that.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
g-
it was. Well, the score was 10-7. It was a defensive game.
yeah,
Uh, Stidham had was 17 for 31. He threw the ball 31 times.
he did. He
Uh,
had to at a certain point because they were down, and then it started
didn't the,
snowing.
I was gonna say, didn't the weather get bad?
Yeah, that really messed up that game because you couldn't see, you couldn't move. Um,
Yeah,
it really made it very difficult. Like
yeah,
he
because
would have had
Drake,
a better chance if it didn't snow like that. So
yeah, because Drake May only had 86 passing
yeah,
yards.
Drake May didn't play a really good game.
Yeah,
He was
10 for
struggling, but
21.
this is like his second year, so it's understandable. That I think the pressure might have got to him a little bit, but I think they had to figure out a way to relax him in the Super Bowl. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was interesting.
Hmm. Uh, oh, actually, I was talking about one game that went to a whole other game. Anywho, um, before we get to the Super Bowl, and I ask you who you think is going to win, two other quick stories coming out of NFL that I think is pretty wow. First, we could talk about Bill Belichick.
What
Bill
did Bill tell us?
Belichick. So yesterday they announced, I guess, who's going to a Hall of Fame.
Okay.
This is Bill Belichick's first year. He did not get in. Bill Belichick would not be a first ballot Hall of Famer,
Mm.
and I think that's asinine. I'm not a
Yeah.
Patriots fan. I really don't care for Bill Belichick. I don't care. But let me just tell you about Bill Belichick's resume.
This man has
This
won
man,
6 Super Bowls. Like,
he has 8 Super Bowls. Yes, you're correct. He has 6 with the Patriots, and he won 2 as a defensive coordinator for the Giants. This man has 8 Super Bowls. Okay. Let's see. And let's see. As a head coach, he's achieved a record of 6 Super Bowl titles and 9 appearances. Okay. So that's one thing.
mm.
Uh, so yeah, he's 6-3 in Super Bowls. He is
Yeah,
the
that
second.
alone should have got him in.
He is the second all time in NFL coaching wins with 333. Like I don't. I think for I think it's crazy. Asinine, like I said, that Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. But when it comes to these votes, the people who do the vote, you need to keep it to football and
Yeah,
not the stuff off the field, personal
yeah,
issues you may have with or whatever. His resume says he should be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
very true.
And like 8 Super Bowls, 6 as a head coach, 2 as a defensive coordinator, and you tell me, and the second most wins all time in NFL history, and you try to tell me he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer? That's crazy. But something else that's even wilder than that to me is so the Pro Bowl is coming up. Pro Bowl has been cheeks the last few years.
True.
They're playing flag football at this point. So normally I would be happy for something like this, but I'm not happy about it because I feel like it's a stunt. Shador Sanders
Yeah, he got
he's a
voted.
Pro Bowler. He's a Pro Bowler. They put him in it. They put him in there. I mean, this, like I said, usually I'm all for it, but you thought I feel, in my personal opinion, they throw him in there because of his name. They
Yeah,
shitted on his name all through the draft, disrespected him. Okay, then he had to go through the season with the Browns, still disrespect from his head coach, and now that your shitty Pro Bowl game is probably not gonna do well, now you go throw him in the Pro Bowl because you know he's gonna bring ratings, he's
yeah,
gonna bring fans in the seats. I think it's some BS. I think it's BS.
I agree
I
with
don't like
you. I
I don't like
understand
it.
why you put him in it,
I
though. I
I, I
understand.
but you disrespected this man all this season. Now you're like, I know what we do. Let's throw Shador in the Pro Bowl game so we can get some ratings. Man, fuck them. That's some bullshit. I don't like
I
it.
understand.
I
I
don't like it.
understand, but sometimes you got to take what you can get. I get it.
I,
I 100% get it.
hey,
But
again for Shador, yes, he got to do it, but this is why the fans are here. That's why we here so we can talk the shit for him. This is some bullshit. Like obviously I don't know how he feels about the situation, but I just say the optics look really bad. It looks really bad because you just
it
put him
does.
in there for the names, so for your punk ass ratings. So yeah, every because I know like when the voting initially came, he had got quite a few votes, but Pro Bowl like it's supposed to
Is
be
it?
like there's other quarterbacks. My other thing is what quarterbacks they asked first before they even got to Shador that probably turned it down. Let's see, because ALC, Lamar Jackson, who was in the ALC for
Mhm.
quarterbacks? Is Justin Herbert in the ALC? That was, I'm pretty sure he is. Uh, uh, we already know Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna do it. He's too damn old. He doesn't fucking care,
Josh Allen didn't want to do it.
right? So it's Josh Allen might be, yeah. I don't know who's the other quarterbacks in the Pro Bowl right now, but yeah. So Josh Allen. I mean Joe Burrow didn't play enough. Uh, Lamar Jackson. Well, Drake May can't play because he's in the Super Bowl. Ain't CJ Stroud in the? Yeah, CJ
Uh,
Stroud's in the AFC. He,
I
yeah.
heard them talking
So
bad about him too.
CJ Stroud.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
is
they
it for
was getting
CJ
on him.
Stroud?
They said that man he didn't got hit too many times, so he can't focus. He got too many concussions. They say he kind of like Tuca.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
They were
okay.
upset with
Then
his loss.
I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. So as we said, the Patriots beat the Broncos in the ALC to go into the Super Bowl, and then the Seahawks beat the LA Rams 31-27. So it's New England and Seattle in the Super Bowl. Sammy, who you got?
Um, I think Seattle is on a run right now. I think they're on a
Yeah.
run. They got everything clicking, defense, offense. I think it's theirs to lose. Like if they don't play well, they could lose. But if they just play halfway good, they should definitely win the Super Bowl. 100%. The Patriots are good. I think the lack of experience from their quarterback in such a big game, I think it's going to affect him more. Um, um, and I think the Seahawks quarterback has a chip on his shoulder because I seen something he done got traded like multiple times,
Yeah.
and he just like, look, this is where I'm supposed to be. I'm a quarterback, and I'm supposed to be a talked about quarterback. So I think he's gonna play with a chip on his shoulder. And
Well,
he's still hurt too. He got like something with his ribs or something, or those muscles on the side of his body are messed up.
well, with Sam Darnold, part of it, especially last season, was his fault because he played for Minnesota last year, and
Okay.
then they got to the playoffs and no, did they make? Yeah, they made it to the playoffs. But I think like those last two games, he shitted the bed. He played horrible. You talking about how bad Daredevil was? That's how bad Sam Darnold played at the end of last season. It was Daredevil bad. So,
Okay.
it's part of his fault. But
Okay.
for me, I'm not a Patriots fan. I really don't care really, but I say see if I had to root for somebody, it'll be Seattle. I I really don't care. I'm just here for the halftime show. See
Yeah.
Bad Bunnies sing
And make all
in
these people
Spanish.
upset.
Yeah, it could be fun. We thought the Kendrick. Oh, we thought they got him
Yeah.
hot last year with the Kendrick. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't wait to see Bad Bunny perform.
So upset.
It's gonna be great. Looking forward
So
to it.
so upset. Uh, but speaking of the Super Bowl, we don't have to wait because we got like 4 crazy trailers this week. And I was kind of surprised by most of them. The first trailer we'll talk about is a show that I'm not super excited about, but the trailer looks kind of good. We got Daredevil Born Again season 2 trailer. I'm going to run through it real quick. So apparently, Mac Murdock is happy with. Oh, I forgot the lady's name. Not the lady he was dating. The lady he used to date in the first, not the first season, but the first season on Netflix. Um, she's a lawyer too. Apparently, they chumming it up again. I don't know how that happened because I thought at the end of the season he was still with the lady, with the psychologist lady, but that's how bad that season is. I can't remember it. But in this season 2, we are getting Jessica Jones. She's coming back in this season, so that's gonna be cool. She's fighting, doing all this stuff. There's rumors that Luke Cage will make an appearance as well. Matt Coulter will return as Luke Cage. Apparently, that's gonna be great. I don't know if they're getting Danny Rand to come back in as a Iron Fist. They shouldn't because he's terrible. He's a terrible. I don't want to say that about that person. He was just an actor trying to do something. And it just didn't work. But I think they should recast Iron Fist and have a new guy playing him. But that's just my opinion. Um, of course, it's Daredevil. He's gonna put on the black suit now. He's got the black suit with the red writing. That's a cool suit. They do some cool logos within this trailer. And they play Cordy LeRae song from Childish Gambino's, like on the hook of that song. It's a crazy song to go with that trailer, but it works. I'm not super excited for the season, but it does look a little more cohesive than the first season. Again, the first season, I think the whole showrunner and the writers got fired halfway through. So you got half a season with one set of people and half a season with another set of people trying to mish those 2 seasons together and make something work. We'll see what happens this season because they are the same cast for the whole season, writers and directors. So it should be a little more cohesive. Of course, we got Kingpin returning and he's doing his thing. He seems to be really getting more into his Kingpin bag. We'll see how that works. The second trailer we got is what I'm really excited for. Invincible season 4. Yes, super excited for that. We got Thrads coming. I don't know much about Thrad, but I know he's a badass. He's that dude. So I can't wait to see that. But we got a lot of returning characters. Mark is coming back. I know at one point he's wearing like half a robot's body limbs on him. So I don't know if he loses arms and stuff, but he's really upset that he let Langstrom do what he did. Because he said if he would have stopped Langstrom the first time, so many people wouldn't have died. So he's really taking being a hero serious and want to be on top of things. But I think he's coming from a place of pain, which is not always a great place to come from when you're trying to do good, because it's always going to be bad coming from that. But that's what I wanted to see. I forgot to check that. Hold on one second. We also getting Denai Greer is joining the cast. This is one of the people that will be joining the cast of season 4. She's gonna be playing. I don't know who she's playing because I don't know Invincible's world that great. I've only read like the first 10 to 15 books, so I haven't got that far into the Invincible world. But she's gonna be in the cast. We Omni Man is coming back. He looks like he's got a different suit. He's working with what's the alien name? I think it's Al the alien. He's working with him. They're fighting against the Venturemites. I always say that weirdly. Um, but they speaking of them though, they're on the process of pretty much going to war with Earth. And we got a lot of Invincible, not necessarily within that universe, but built off that universe. Heroes coming in like Tech Jacket. People are super excited about Tech Jacket. I might start reading some of Tech Jacket's comics to see more about him, but it seems like a cool character. All in all, I'm just really excited for Invincible season 4, and it looks like they put the money into the animation because it looks amazing. Then again, it's a trailer, so they're going to put their best foot forward, but super excited for that. And the other trailer we got, this is a movie that has been in the talks for a while. It's kind of a reboot of an old franchise that's had a couple reboots in the last like 20 years, 10 years. We're talking about He-Man. Yes, He-Man has his new movie coming out. And the trailer looked interesting. It looked fun. It looked jokey. The only issue is they're making the same mistake the first He-Man movie made, where it seems like they're going from Earth and then Venice. What is it? I forgot what He-Man's world is called. It starts with a T or something. It didn't come to me, but it seemed like they're doing in between Earth and that place too, instead of just having it be on their planet and not worry about Earth. It seems like they're doing that, but Idris Alba is in it. I think he's playing Man of Arms, which is crazy. That's cool as shit. But and Battle Cat looks cool. The guy playing He-Man, he's not super big, which is good, but I think he's big enough to make it pull off the He-Man look. The sword looks amazing, but it's just a trailer, so we got to see more of it. I was a big He-Man fan back in the day. I had the toys. I love the show. Some of the remakes I didn't like as much, but I was a big He-Man fan. Did you watch He-Man, Marcus?
I vaguely remember it Saturday mornings eating cereal, but
Okay.
I couldn't tell you what he did, what his powers was, who the bad guy. I couldn't tell you. It's
Okay.
like the guy with the blonde hair and
Yeah.
like the red trunks and okay,
Yes. So that's
okay.
He-Man. Speaking of his villain is named Skeletor. Skeletor looked
Oh,
badass. He looked
yeah.
badass. Um, I know people remember him being more campy in the show, but I think that came later in the He-Man show and not in the beginning. I think they played him for serious in the beginning and then later made him more campy and comedic. So people are wondering if he's gonna be campy comedic in here or gonna be serious. I would rather have a serious Skeletor and him go fight He-Man. Like that's what he's been in the reboots. He's been a fierce what's the word? Villain for He-Man to fight. I would love that 100%. So that's supposed to be coming out. I didn't even look at when it was supposed to be coming out. I know people got
Eh,
upset about one joke in it. Um, the guy playing He-Man, he's working at a desk and it says he and him as his pronouns for his little office stapler thing. and people got upset about that, saying, "Oh, this is gonna be woke," but it was a He-Man joke. That's what it was. Like, come on, people. But
Wait, before you move on, when you said Skeletor, right away I knew who that was because the reason why I remember Skeletor is from the GIF when he's running into the cave. So you said,
yeah,
I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. So, I didn't realize he was the villain for He-Man, but you
yeah,
said
yeah.
Skeletor. Oh yeah, I know what that is. That was one. And two, what you just said, his I wish people would stop using the word woke because
Yeah,
one, they don't use it correctly. They keep using it in a wrong way, and
very much so.
I just wish certain people demographic would just stop using it because not even using it in a way it was intended for how we started to use it. But okay, that's it. That's it. But yeah, Skeletor, run into the cave. That's my fondest
Yeah.
memory of Skeletor.
So I'm kind of interested in this He-Man movie. It sparked my interest, and I'll see another trailer, see if I like it. But I might go see it. Um, if it was a streaming movie, definitely would watch it. But movie, I think I need to see a little more to see if I'm gonna go see it. But I'm probably gonna talk about it on here, so I'm probably gonna see it. So let us know if you're gonna see it in the comments down below. And the last movie we got the sequel to a $1 billion movie that came out like 2-3 years ago. Super Mario Brothers. Yes, they're making another Mario Brothers. This one's called Mario Galaxy, and it's animated. Looks great. Got Mario, Luigi, has Toad, the princess, King Koopa, and in this sequel, we get Yoshi. They showed Yoshi. Yoshi looks like Yoshi. It looks good. He does his tongue thing. I haven't seen if he can fly and jump up and stuff, but it looks good. And they're incorporating more Mario Super Brothers stuff in there. They had the flame suits, and then they had the raccoon tails and everything from Super Mario Brothers 3. So they're building out this world. I thought the first Mario movie was decent. I liked it. My kids liked it. I liked it. I had fun with it. Cool. I know a lot of people did not like it, but it made $1 billion. So clearly a lot of people did like it, or at least a lot of people did go see it in the movie theaters. So I'm expecting this second one to do $1 billion too. And I'm very interested to see what the story they do with it. Apparently, they got Bowser Jr. in this one too as a villain. He's supposed to be trying to save his dad to an extent. I'm sure they're gonna bring another villain in there. I wonder if Wario would come in there. That's gonna be interesting if that happens. But yeah, I'm all for the Mario movie. Probably gonna go see it with the kids. Super excited for that as well. And I think that was all the trailers I remember seeing this week. Let
Hey,
us know.
quick question. Was
Yeah.
the last Super Mario movie, was that live action
No, it was
or
animated. It was animated.
okay?
It was animated.
I
It
think
was.
I'm thinking too. There was a live action Mario
It was a
movie
live
though,
action
wasn't
Mario movie. It was with
it? Okay.
John Legos.
Yeah, I
John.
know you're talking about it.
Yeah, that one
Yeah.
is a classic, cultural classic, a cult classic movie that was really bad, but it has a
Okay.
cult following. It has a cult
Okay.
following, so people still love it for that reason. But yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
But let us know in the comments if you watched any of these trailers. Are you excited for which ones? Are you excited for them? Just put a 1 through 4. Which ones you're most excited for? Which ones you're least excited for? 1 being the most, 4 being the least. Let us know in the comments down below.
Yeah, I rushed around and combined like two topics, and then I see with my notes I had some stuff, but I never finished doing the research. So can do something quickly on the fly. Don't want to talk Jake Paul. No, I don't want to talk Jake Paul yet. Ah, something else happened. We'll keep it in NFL. So Kansas City Chiefs, they're
Oh yeah,
moving.
yeah.
They're moving. Kansas City Chiefs are moving from Missouri moving from Arrowhead Stadium in Missouri to a new 3 billion
Jeez.
60-40 public-private partnership stadium in Kansas, with plans to open for the 2031 season. The move, driven by the need for a modern facility, is intended to secure a long-term future and a new state-funded dome. So Arrowhead is was outdoors. Seems
Mm-hmm.
like seems like a lot of these NFL teams are starting to move to domes indoors because,
Yeah.
well, for one, because then you can get a Super Bowl in your city, which in itself can generate a lot of money for at least 1 year, and then
Yeah.
because you can get like more things in the stadium throughout the year,
Yep.
like concerts and the fall and winter.
Exactly.
Uh, the new stadium and surrounding entertainment district, like we were just saying, will be built in who? Near the Kansas Speedway and Village West, Kansas. The Chiefs will continue to play at Arrowhead Stadium until their lease expires after the 2030 season, aiming to
2030.
that. That's pretty 4 years, 4 more
Yeah.
seasons. Aiming to debut the new stadium for the 2031 season. Uh, the plan includes a $3 billion dome stadium, which is aimed to provide a modern climate control experience and new team headquarters slash training facility. So yeah, 'cause I think Buffalo is building a new stadium, and
All right. Okay.
I think it's partially. I can't remember if it's going to be a. I don't think it's going to be a dome. I think it's going to be partially enclosed.
Um,
Uh,
like if you build a new stadium, why wouldn't you just build a dome? Why you build partial dome? You
let's
save
see.
50 million? No, just go and put that 50 million in there and build the full dome.
So the Bill Stadium, the new 2.2 billion Highmark Stadium for Buffalo Bills, is on track to open for the 2026 NFL season. Located in Orchard Park, New York, across from the existing stadium, uh, seats 60,000 with a 1.7 million square foot open air facility. Features a heated natural grass field, modern amenities, and a co-op to protect and a canopy to protect fans. Uh, an open air 3 level stadium with a distinct, intimate feel, featuring a canopy to protect fans from the element. So yeah, like I said, I think it's partially covered, but not all the way.
Mhm.
Yeah, and yeah, and then I'll get into the Bears some other time because uh, they they try and get a new stadium. Talk about them going to a suburb. Then it was at one point talks about building a dome on Soldier Field. Now it's talks that they could be looking to move into Indiana. I'll
Really?
dive deeper into that. I'll dive deeper into that in another episode.
Okay.
But yes,
Sounds good. Okay. Well, speaking of moving, Marvel has released Wonder Man, which they moved from December to January. You see what I did there?
I see what you did
But
there.
also they did something different with this series because it says usually it's all like Marvel Studios. This said Marvel. What did it say when it was showing episodes of it? Hold on, let me see, because I wanted to point this out because it was interesting to see that, and it's gonna take me a second to do. So I'm gonna try to. It says I don't need a recap. Keep going. It does the normal Marvel kind of flickery TV thing, and then it says Marvel. What is this? Spotlight. I didn't know when they start doing that in their TV shows. I think this is the first one because this is the first time I've seen it. And they did those Marvel shorts kind of thing, but this is different than that. So it says Marvel Spotlight. So I know that's totally different that they've ever done. So that's new there. But the Wonder Man show, I've only watched 5 of the episodes. There's 8 episodes. So I'm almost done with it. I couldn't finish it before the podcast because it came out yesterday, and I burned through 5 episodes. I actually watched episode 5 halfway through and realized, oh, I skipped episode 4, so I had to go back. So I'm going to, but it worked out because episode 4 is a crazy, cool, interesting episode that still works if you skip it. It just gives you a little more backstory about why something is happening in this show, but you can kind of figure it out without that episode, but it does help. Shit. So I'm gonna give my quick review of the 5 episodes without spoiling anything, and then I'm gonna start spoiling stuff. So first off, I didn't really care for a Wonder Man series. There's other stuff I wanted to see before that. That being said, I'm digging it so far. I like it. It's interesting. They took a different take that I didn't think they were gonna take. I don't know a lot about Wonder Man, the character himself, besides what I've loosely read. He is supposed to be a part of Vision in some comic books. He's like Vision's part of Vision's mind that got separated and became another person, and he's in a triangle love story between Vision, Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch, and Wonder Man. They have like this weird triangle thing, sexual triangle, not sexual, but love triangle, where she loves both of those men. Um, and his powers are like I think super strength and durability, something like that, but not like crazy obscure. But he is also an actor who was in Hollywood, so it all blends together. So the way they went about it in this story was very interesting. I thought it was very cool and a cool way to go about it. The acting is good. Yaya Batiste, he's always good. The man's good. And then you have Ben Kingsley, who's in it. He's really good. I forgot like how good he is in this role because he's played this role not only in Iron Man 3, he played it in Shang-Chi, and now he's reprising it in this Wonder Man series. It's really good. Um, I think that's as much as I can talk about it without spoiling anything. So let's get into spoilers. So the way they're going about it is Wonder Man, Simon what's his name? Simon Johnson? Simon Williams. Simon Williams is an actor. It seems like you're no, that's a different person. Okay, never mind. I just clicked something, but it didn't make sense. Well, like I said, Simon Williams is an actor. He's trying to get a role. You're following him going through different auditions, getting roles, and he's very method actor. He likes to add backstories to the characters and connect certain things that might not be seen there to enrich the character, which also gets him fired from a job because of that. So he loses a job because of that. He's a struggling actor trying to get work and stuff like that. He happens upon Ben Kingsley, who is also another actor who acted as the Mandarin in Iron Man 3, but he was an actor playing that role. And when it came out that he was just playing a role and not actually the Mandarin and his terrorist, he got still sent to prison because of what he did. He's out of prison and he's acting and he's back acting. Everybody remember him as the Mandarin. Like, you were the Mandarin, you were a terrorist, and all this stuff while he's going on auditions. Unbeknownst to us, FBI had captured Ben Kingsley character. What is his name? Trevor, who played the Mandarin. They captured him and told him, "Hey, technically it wasn't even the FBI. FBI caught him, but the what is it? The Homeland Defense Department. Damn it, I forgot the name. What are their name? Hold on. Let me, because it's important. I remember their name, and I don't think they show it in this. No. Hold on. I gotta look up a certain thing. Let's see. Marvel. Department. I know this is not good podcasting, but if I don't, okay, Department of Damage Control. Okay, that's what it is. So in the Marvel universe, they have this this kind of government group called the Department of Damage Control. Technically, they're like Shield, but an offset of Shield where they take all like the remnants of a battle superheroes have on whatever city, and they take all this stuff, whether it's like alien tech and stuff like that, and make sure they get that so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. So this department has been seen in the Spider-Man movie, the Miss Marvel movie, or no, is it Miss Marvel? Yes, Miss Marvel TV show and some other TV show. They've seen the Department of Damage Control. So they caught the Mandarin and was like, hey, we need you to help us keep eyes on Simon Williams, because we believe he has superpowers. We just don't know what kind of superpowers. We need you as another actor to get close to him and try to get proof that he has superpowers because he's a danger. And that's, you find this out halfway through the first episode or towards the end of the episode that Trevor, who has been a Kingsley character who's played the Mandarin, was kind of placed in to get close to Simon to figure out what kind of superpowers he has and see if he's dangerous. And you see everything he set up, the audition for this Wonder Man show, which is a movie in this universe that he wants to play that character that he went on an audition for. It got all set up so Trevor can get close to him and befriend him and figure out what his superpowers is. So you go into the story at the end of episode 1 learning that, and now you're in the story of trying to figure out what his superpower is he dangerous, where did he get his superpower from, and if Trevor will figure it out and help the Homeland Security. So that is cool and really interesting to do. It's a very big key in on actors. If you're an actor, it does a lot of actor lingo and get into like this, how I get into character and stuff like that, which works still because everybody wants to be on camera to an extent. They want to be an actor. Everybody loves that shit. But it works. But in episode 4, they do a black and white episode. And throughout the episodes 1 through 3, you hear this phrase of one guy asks Simon when he comes to an audition, he's like, hey, you don't have superpowers, right? He was like, no, I'm not a doorman. And then we have an episode called Doorman, which is all black and white. And this episode is really good. It is really good. And it goes through the story of this man that is a doorman at a nightclub. At some point, he falls into this black pit and he gets the power to create doors or himself be a door so you can go through him and get to the other side of a wall or anywhere or something like that. He ends up using his powers to save Josh Gad, the guy from Frozen who voices Olaf, because he's in this episode, which he's funny in this episode, good. He saves Josh Gad. Josh Gad is like, hey, do you want to work for me and be on my payroll? He gets on Josh Gad's payroll, and you hear stories about him and Josh Gad going around town, and people are talking about how Josh Gad is using this guy with superpowers, and he's part of his entourage, blah, blah, this. Josh Gad is kind of friends with him, but not really friends with him, but he seems like a good guy. Josh Gad is not a dick in this. He eventually gets him to be work on screen and be an actor, and a doorman becomes an actor and he gets popular and all this stuff, but he gets 15 minutes of fame and it slowly goes downhill and he starts drinking and all this stuff. And then eventually Josh Gad and him do a sequel to a movie they did before called Cash Grab. It's called Cash Grab 2. And in the scene, Josh Gad is supposed to go through him to get out of a moving cash truck, and he ends up getting stuck in Josh Gad. Josh Gad gets stuck in Doorman because he was drinking and he threw up or something, and Josh Gad disappears. And then Hollywood said they wouldn't hire anybody with superhero powers, hence the Doorman clause in Hollywood now, to where they won't hire people with superpowers. And that all comes back around to why Simon Williams is hiding his superpowers, because he knows if they know about it, he won't be able to be an actor. It's really crazy, really interesting. So far, I'm liking the show. I'm digging the show. Surprisingly, it has a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. So people are apparently loving this show. And it comes to a issue of, do Marvel not know how to handle their minority characters? Because this is the second show they kind of did a binge dump all at one time. But I think it worked for this show, because I think watching this show in a binge makes it better than watching it week to week. So it could have been a good and a bad thing for this show, but they didn't do a lot of promotion for Wonder Man. It was supposed to come out last year in December, and they actually pushed it back only a month, but they pushed it back, which showed lack of faith in the show. But as of right now, it's getting good ratings and it's getting good pub. I don't know. I haven't finished the show. We have to see if they can stick the landing. But so far, I'm liking the story. I like it where it's going, and I'm interested in why he has powers, how he has powers, and where it goes within this universe of Marvel. Side note, Doorman is a mutant in the Marvel comic books. In this, I don't believe he's a mutant, because mutants get their powers as teenagers through puberty. That's how they get this power. This guy was a grown man and fell into a hole. I don't think that makes him a mutant. I think he just got powers that way. But this is actually a mutant in the comic books who has crazy powers like this, but he had them at birth and stuff. So people are like, oh, they introduced mutants in this. I won't say they did that. But they use a mutant, but he's not considered a mutant in the show. So I can't say it's mutant. We already introduced mutants in Marvel already with Miss Marvel, so we already passed that. We haven't introduced a full-fledged mutant, X-Men mutant yet, so we're still waiting on that. Side note, I think Deadpool might be in Doomsday. I've been seeing rumors about that, but yeah, that's for tomorrow's news or next week's podcast. But yeah, that's our quick review recap of the first 5 episodes of Wonder Man. I'll probably finish these tonight or tomorrow, and we'll probably talk about it on the next podcast when we get a whole wrap up season 1 of Wonder Man. But let me know in the comments below, are you watching it? Are you going to watch it? Were you interested in the show? Does this make you more interested in the show? Do you like it? Let us know in the comments down below. But yeah, that is the podcast. Marcus, go ahead and sign us out, because I am tired and I got to go edit.
Yeah, hit the like and subscribe button in the description. Speaking of descriptions, all of our social medias are in the descriptions. So hit us up. Keep commenting. You guys seem to like our TikTok videos. Y'all like us over there. So keep viewing our TikToks, leaving comments under there. You still got the voicemail?
Yeah, we still got the voicemail.
Hey, the voicemail is in the description if you have a question or you would like a topic for us to talk about. As long as it's nothing too weird, we'll probably talk about it. You might even get played on the podcast. I think that's it. I'm with Sammy. I'm tired too right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see y'all next week.
All right.
Hey, y'all have a good night. Stay warm. It's cold as
Oh, yeah, it is
cold as
cold.
hell.
And
Go my room over here,
see,
man. It's
Marv,
cold.
Marv got this chinchilla on.
Yeah,
Stay cool out there.
yeah. It's -6 degrees outside right now. This is
It is
stupid.
so cold. It's so cold.
All right,
So cold.
yeah. Good night, y'all. If we go get Bill, my girl, so I can get warm, man. Good night. I'll see y'all later.
All right, peace out.
Peace.